Oh my god, what am I doing? Hi, welcome to Just Thinking Out Loud. My name is Desi-Rae. I'm making this video right after having recorded the video on Epstein, so I can't fully shift my mood, and I'm sorry for that. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I want to talk about something that came across my Medium feed recently. I follow a writer. His name is Michael Spencer, and he usually writes about tech and a little bit about politics and some poetry. He's pretty awesome if you want to check him out. I'll put a link. And he was talking about the decline of investigative journalism and the fact that due to journals becoming more interested in clickbait and just revenue generation, they have lost the support of people, and they need money to keep them going to make long form content and content that has also been researched. So the sort of breaking news and the sources that everybody else cites and then comments on, those people, that industry is on the decline, and that's very worrisome because we need that kind of reporting out there. Obviously, that industry has done it to themselves. He points out some stats that 3,200 media layoffs have already occurred in 2019, including CTV, Mad Magazine, Inverse, and Entrepreneur. Those stats come from Business Insider. And when the media industry was shifting to digital from 2014 to 2017, only about 5,000 media jobs were cut. So now, just in 2019, that's 3,200 versus 5,000 for the shift from not digital to digital. And I'm sure you've seen all those paywalls coming up on a lot of articles. So I think that's great because they write a lot of crap, specifically like the op-ed commentary style stuff. But what this guy is pointing out is very important, that the breaking news sort of stuff, that also needs to still be supported. I don't know if that needs to come from the established media outlets. I don't trust them. And I can already see, like, if the media gets a little bit better, the mainstream media, then the younger generation will sort of trust them. But people who are around, I guess, in this time, they will always hold mistrust for the media more so than other generations. And you know what? And then in the future, in like 30 years or something, they'll target this generation with movies about the media because they do that now. That's why they're doing all these Hollywood remakes, because they're trying to target a specific age group that they know those movies, say like The Lion King, will resonate with. That's why they're doing all these live action things. And they're going to do the same thing possibly. Okay, I'm just making this up, but I can see this scenario happening in the future. I feel it's a bit better now. And he also talks about the decline in journalistic standards, which is what I mean by all these op-ed stuff. So it's just something I found out recently. And yeah, this is an issue. I do think that the more alternative media can begin to pick that sort of stuff up. But we do need people who can be contacts to provide evidence-based, not just a source told because they do that all the time. Evidence-based breaking news and the stuff that you read in the newspaper, that kind of journalism is still important, and those jobs are also on the decline. Hopefully they'll lay off just the commentary sort of people who do what I do, but who are way more biased. I am biased, but more biased and not even trying to be neutral, because they shouldn't necessarily be working for news organizations. Like news, they need to specify between news and reputable news, and also commentary that's quality and in-depth based commentary. And he talks about local offline newspapers almost being extinct at this point. In 2019 alone, 200 layoffs at BuzzFeed, 250 layoffs at Vice, 800 layoffs at Verizon, including Huffington Post and Yahoo. I didn't know that those people were owned by Verizon. 1,000 layoffs or buyout offers at newspapers owned by Gannett, McClatchy, and Gatehouse. And I don't know the other ones, so I won't mention them. I do think it's important to have established sources, and then also alternative media that can verify that these established sources are actually reputable. But nowadays we can't really trust in them. I mean, I was just looking on CNN, and I know that what they're saying about the actual breaking news minus all the commentary is probably true, but it would be nice to have news that's just news and not news and the opinions of the people breaking the news. So those are some interesting numbers, lots of layoffs, and hopefully this problem will be solved. I guess most likely by the free market and or legislation together. So I just wanted to talk about that a bit. I thought it was interesting, and I took all my information from Michael Spencer, and his article is called The Decline of American Journalism. Thanks for watching or listening. If you like my content, please subscribe. You can support my work by donating at justthinkingoutloud.tv/donate. Have a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.